iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, race fans. We got a good one for you. It is Williams Grove Speedway and the 410 Wing Sprint Cars, the World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series is live on iRacing Live, Race Spot TV, and of course, DirtVision.com. Hello, everybody. I'm Cameron Walsh with Randy Janout and Hugo Louis. We're going to be bringing you the broadcast here tonight from Williams Grove, of course, Mechanicsburg, PA, home of the PA Posse. And Randy, we're looking like we're going to be having a good one today. A little bit of overcast, maybe not as hot as we're used to, but you know what? The racing should be the thing that heats up.
Important thing though, the track looks fairly worn in, relatively moderate usage coming in, but there are some slicks areas. Importantly, on the entrance to the corners, that's going to make things very, very interesting. Right now, qualifying happening, and most people seem to be going to that top side of the racetrack, and that's generally when you can expect some good action here from Williams Grove.
Yeah, Cameron Hollow right now, the Australian, he has got a 10th on Austin Semmelman. We'll see if that hangs. It should, as a couple of cars left to qualify.
He's got 2,000.
Oh, he's got 2,000s. Okay. As we still got Tim Ryan to qualify, so we'll see if Tim can take it on. As meanwhile, we wait for Tim Ryan as he's rounding about the final corner right now, and he is on his first qualifying flyer way up high to the outside, as he'll continue to stay on that outside. I expect people to continue to be on that outside line pretty much continuously throughout the race. A little bit too high. Oh, he hits the wall. That is not going to count for him. He's going to stop that car and see if he can get that thing back in a pit lane, see if he can round himself back up for another run. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the season standings. We've had 9 rounds of the 12. We've only got 3 weeks left after this race, and as such, things are still hotting up. But you know what, though? For Alex Bergeron, boy, has he really been putting a stomping on the field today. 1,874 championship points compared to Austin Silliman's 1,760 and Steven Renaud's 1,790. So top 3, Randy, are looking really, really strong. Alex Bergeron, I mean, he's just running away with it.
And this is, we're getting to that period now, Cam, that's, you know, the final 4 weeks of the season, we're now in drop week land, which for those who are unaware on the iRacing service, an iRacing season consists of 12 weeks, and only your 8 best weeks count for points. So your worst 4 results get dropped out of that. So for all of these guys, if they've had bad weeks, they want to try to replace those, get good, awesome finishes these next 4 weeks, and replace those bad finishes. So that 100 some odd point differential between Selman and Bergeron, and even the likes of Renaud and Hewitt, if they can replace some of those bad weeks that they've had this far this season, Cam, they might still be just have a shot at this, and Bergeron and this championship.
Yeah, and with such, Tim Ryan, meanwhile, he sets that fast lap. In his only lap, he had a 16.961. So with that, the qualifying is going to be just about all over. There's about 30 seconds left in it. Only car we have left to qualify is Chase Cabré, and we'll just say he's not here on track. So you know what? We are just going to take a look at our starting grid here at Williams Grove Speedway in the World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series, here live on iRacing Live, Race Spot TV, and of course DirtVision.com. It's Tim Ryan, that number 2 car, the last qualifier with a 16.961. Cameron Holla, he is going to be starting with a 16.969. Austin Semmelman in third with a 16.971. Alex Bergeron, he may be in the lead of the points, but he's going to be starting outside road number 2 in the 4th position. Lewis Hewitt will be starting in 5th position. Bob King will be starting in 6th. Dylan Wagner will be starting from the 7th position tonight. Chase Briscoe in 8th. David Heileman in at the 9th position. Howard Weaver in 10th. Kevin J. Holly will be starting in the 11th position. Ryan J. Gorton, he'll be starting outside row number, the very final row, with the 12th position. And Cole Cabre will be starting in 13th. Chase Cabre will be starting his outside in that 14th position. So, well, here we go, Randy. 14 cars, which means that as long as it stays green, the track should get chewed up pretty quickly here at Williams Grove, especially if they're all running that outside line.
That's what we're pretty much looking for. I think that top side is going to go away. You know, Williams Grove is one of those racetracks where when you have good dirt, you want to be down around the bottom. Once it slickens up, you can start moving up. The thing is, though, when you start with this sort of track state, it makes things relatively interesting because these guys are going to try to get to the top side of the racetrack. That's going to chew up the top side of that racetrack. And that bottom groove, there's about a car width of good dirt on the bottom and on both ends of the racetrack, both 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I think once that top side gets slickened up, look for people to move down to the bottom. It'll be a little bit awkward getting through the slick stuff to the bottom, but once you get down there, I think you'll have some good clay to get traction down and get good power off down the straights.
Yeah, just some quick information from Williams Grove. Our temperatures you see all on the track. We are going to have a 30-lap feature here tonight at Williams Grove. And it's not under the lights, which is unfortunate for our last trip of the season here at Williams Grove.
It's under the clouds.
You know what? It's under the clouds, so I mean, there's still no fireworks, but you know what, that's all right. Tim Ryan gets his 410 wing sprint car out finally behind that official pace truck now. We'll probably see what we've seen before with Tim Ryan, where he probably backs off at least the distance of one the Independence class aircraft carrier. He will put at least one of those between him and the safety car, at least I imagine. And then we'll get this thing underway. Randy, we always have issues going into turn 1 here. Any last thoughts before we let him go?
Going to be interesting, especially for those guys down on the bottom. Right now, that inside is slick. I think if you're starting on that low line, you have to just swallow your pride, accept the fact that, you know, going into 1 and 2, you're going to be at a disadvantage. I think right now, if you're Tim Ryan, well, Tim gets to control the start, so maybe not him so much, but I think, you know, maybe if you're someone like Selman, if you're someone like Hewitt, if you're someone like Wagner, this first handful of rows up front, down on the inside, I think you can expect to lose a spot or two this opening lap, and you need to try to get yourself to the top side. After that, one interesting point, Tim Ryan and Cam Holla, 2 ERT teammates starting out front here, Cam. That's going to be interesting to see how they work together, and that's, I think, going to dictate quite a bit what we see Ryan do here on this start.
Yeah, and we also we have 5 Australians, 1 Canadian, and the rest are Americans. So we'll see what they can do here at this Williams Grove Speedway, just a little bit over a half-mile lengths out on the iRacing official pace truck bit, which will dive down to the safety of pit lane in a moment's time, just crossing under the blue bridge of the backstretch. Tim Ryan, he's going to be looking to possibly find that whole shot. He will probably go halfway through corner number 4 as he sticks way to the outside. He knows where he needs to be to go. He'll give it a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and off and away he'll go. We are green here at Williams Grove Speedway on iRacing Live, Race Spot TV, and of course, DirtVision.com.
Selman, the only one down on the bottom, fighting side by side with teammate Bergeron, and he's going to not win that fight. To move Bergeron up into the 3rd spot, Selman goes to the middle of the racetrack in 3 and 4. Chase Briscoe in the 9. He's fighting as well with David Holleran as Ryan taps that wall. Kim Hall is fighting with Bergeron right now. Bergeron looks quick, wants to get to the front.
Yeah, there's a caution on the track for Ryan Gorton. Gorton, he's trying to dance on his side there. He managed to get it flipped up. I'm surprised he didn't break something on that car. I'm sure it's definitely not handling well, but either way, caution flag is out. The official pace truck will hurriedly drive in front of our crowd and then slam on their brakes. So whatever they're on, I want those tires. But for Ryan Gorton, yeah, not a good day at all. Started in 12th, he's back down to 14th. We did have we had a green start, Randy, and thankfully we had that because
we had a green lap.
Yeah, well, normally whenever we start here at Williams Grove, there's always a kerfluffle going into T1. That was actually really clean.
Well, there was. It just happened the lap after, and you know, just up on that top side, Gordon got a little bit loose. I think maybe probably a little bit too much wing in that car. Needs to move that wing backwards just a little bit, and that pretty much brought that rear end around, and that little bit of contact put him up on his side. Luckily, somehow, like you said, doing some gravedigger monster truck like style moves to get it back up on its wheels. But It's going to be interesting to see once these lights go out what we can see happen. Bergeron and Selman, they swap spots. We saw Bergeron take that third spot away at the start of this one. Selman might just be the same thing, but Bergeron in these opening laps, he looked scary fast.
Yeah, and I'm going to say here, these guys are doing some pretty hefty amount of dancing behind that pace truck. They were passing the pace truck, passing each other, and it's a little worried just a little bit. But either way, they're going to rack them back up, stack them back up here 2 by 2. As we are going to be closing out lap number 4. Lap number 5 will be the green now, as Tim Ryan looks to go. When will he go again? Cameron Holla, he tried to telepath that start. He did not. But will he now that he has had seen one start from Tim Ryan, the number 2 machine? They go one of the blue bridge here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Bergeron now finding himself on the inside. Will he have to stick onto the inside line like Sebelman did? Sebelman, will he be able to get away as they're very tight in? Tim Ryan, he will let it go almost as soon as he is able to. Bergeron gets an amazing start as we are green here at Williams Grove.
That's something we've seen a lot of people get good at, Cam, is timing those restarts in the back rows. But Bergeron fights with his teammate Selman once again. And again, the same thing happens. The topside starter takes that spot away regardless of the the start that they had down on the inside row. But Tim Ryan and Cam Holla, Ryan actually held Holla up a little bit. Holla had to get off the throttle. He now finds himself with his hands full of VLR drivers of Selman and Bergeron. They work through corner number 2, and Tim Ryan now has a good lead as they run into 3 and 4.
Yeah, the rear Nerf bar from that number 2 sprint car has tapped the outside wall on the starting lap twice now. And both times Cameron Holla had to disengage. This time, though, we stay green, which is excellent to see as Semmelman right now in pursuit. Bergeron following. Bob King is also there, as we've got a little bit of distance between Bob King, your car running in 5th position, to Lewis Hewitt in 6th, as we have got a good green running on here. Everybody running the high side except for a couple of cars well in the back, as Howard Weaver's trying to work his way on the inside of Chase Cabre. He's the only one right now on the inside line, as Semmelman looking to make some action happen.
Right now, Cam Holla sort of running screen for his teammate Tim Ryan out in front. Bergeron Selman tries to throw a move, and he doesn't work. He's going to fall into the grasp of Alex Bergeron. Right now, the pace, Cameron Holla running 17.6s. Tim Ryan out in front has been in the 4s and 5s, so that number 2 machine of Tim Ryan getting a huge gap thanks to his teammate holding up the VLR drivers behind. I think Holla put in a miracle lap in qualifying, Cam. Oh, but we got a car up on the wall. That's Dylan Wagner. He had 2 tires up on that wall, but we stay green, and he gets all 4 back on the third.
Yeah, thankfully he doesn't manage to send the car up and into the air, as that car will normally get stuck very easily. Wagner, though, he's not a happy camper in that car. He is going to be coming down into pit lane at this time by if he can get into it. Yes, he can. Great entrance in the pit lane. Not an easy thing to do, so good on him. Tim Ryan, your leader. Cameron Holla in the 2nd position. Austin Suppleman, Alex Bergeron, Bob King, your 3rd, 4th, and 5th cars. And here comes Lewis Hewitt. Hewitt's got the lap times, lap after lap. He's been slowly coming on in. Maybe not that last time by, but he is still there. Tim Ryan, he's not breaking away like he would have liked to have. He's running very similar lap times to everyone else. Austin Suppleman, though, right now, he's the fastest, even though he's the one with the most pressure.
That top side starting to get a little bit sketchy. If you watch these guys do 3 and 4, they're all the way up against the wall. There's only about a right rear tires with a good patch of dirt on the top side through 3 and 4. And I think very quickly we're going to see people start looking down to the bottom here on the entry. See, it's very narrow. It sort of widens up. You get to the middle of the corner, and everyone has to put that rear tire right up against the Armco barrier to find any speed. Tim Ryan, though, he sort of found a little bit more pace, and now he's stretching that gap back out about 1/10.5 or so quicker than everyone else.
Double sticks will be coming out this time by signaling that we are halfway through the race here at Williams Grove Speedway. We had one caution early on. This is a single car incident, and we have been green ever since that restart on lap number 5. Tim Ryan, he has been slowly plodding away from Cameron Holla. Holla has been slowly plodding away from Austin Semmelman. I think he'd like to get away, but Bergeron is just able to close up every single time going through corners 3 and 4. I think someone might honestly be holding up that whole entire crew, because Bergeron just seems to be hooked right on up on the outside as we are we are lapping Cole Cabre there. We don't normally see lap traffic, but here we are. But either way, though, the lap times are going down, and these guys, they're just getting so very close. I'm just waiting to hear that Nerf bar ding on the outside of the Williams Grove Speedway through 3 and 4. And we remember at some point, Randy, that exit through 3 and 4 is going to change. They're going to start taking that inside exit. You can wing it 1 and 2, but after a while, you really got to push it to the inside. And there goes Bergeron.
to the bottom. He makes that work. I think this is the lap where that top side really started going away. Both Cam Holla and Tim Ryan had to get way out of the throttle in order to make their cars rotate. Let's see if it happened as well. See that pitch that car to the left, and you see Tim Ryan, he has to just go right up against the wall, and it's a much slower entry right now. Silverman and Bergeron, they continue to fight. Bergeron catches with the outside wall. I think we're going to see that bottom come into play here in just a moment. The good dirt on the outside, specifically in 3 and 4, going away.
Yeah, gotta adjust that wing, find the spot to go inside. There goes Semmelman, there goes Bergeron, there goes Hewitt. They're on the inside. They want to get some of that traction, and the track opens up. The line that's gone away already ends around the exit of corner number 4. If you get on that inside, you can pin it right about as soon as you clear that pit exit, which is actually a very frightening thing to do, because trust me, I've clipped that pit entrance many a time. And it looks like to me that Sullivan's lap time as he comes by, he has an entirely clear lap, 17.6. That was running 0.3 of a second faster. Tim Ryan, he ran an 18 that time. So Austin Sullivan on that inside running your fastest laps. And here goes Tim Ryan, Cameron Holland.
Tim Ryan sees that and he responds immediately, going to the bottom. But because of those 2 laps, Austin Sullivan has been able to bring that gap down by almost a full second just on the bottom in 3 and 4. Tim Ryan last time through a 17.8 and a 17.7 for Sullivan. So here inside the final 10 laps, approaching 5 laps to go, we're getting a close 4-way scrap between 2 teams and the car on the wall in 3 and 4. Not sure who that was. That may have been one of the Cobber brothers, but that's going to bring out a caution. And this is going to be interesting, Cam, because the ERT teammates last time through before that yellow, they like the top. VLR teammates of Selman and Bergeron, they like the bottom in 3 and 4.
It's super disappointing. It was Cole Cabre there. I was really hoping we could get that run to the green. But either way, though, Cole Cabre, just that car just loosened out, didn't have any more grip. A little bit too much speed, and it ended up railing that outside wall. Once it did, that thing spun right around, managed to keep it out of the leaders. So very good job from Cole Cabre to keep it out of the leaders. But, you know, we are under caution once again. That means that we are retired 2 cars now. Means we've got a total field of 12 cars, and we are only going to have about 5 laps to go when we drop that green, maybe 4.
Yeah, it's going to be a very short run here, and it's going to be very, very interesting. Because like we said, people have been trying to find where the speed is early on. We found the speed up top with Tim Ryan and Cam Holla. That line has slowly gone away, and really those 2 VLR drivers of Selman and Bergeron, they're the ones who are making big leaps in those last handful of laps. Like Selman, we saw him bring that gap down by about a full 1.5 seconds over the course of 3 laps. I think VLR are in the catbird seats right now. I don't think these ERT cars are running very well in the bottom.
Yeah, but here's the problem, though. Bergeron, he was quick on the outside line as Tim Ryan, he does a practice jump as they're lining up behind the pace truck now. Bergeron, he's not necessarily the fastest on the inside. I think it's Semmelman. Problem is, Semmelman's starting on the inside. Will Semmelman, what I think Tim Ryan's probably going to start on the way outside, seeing what grip he can get, and I almost want to guess that Semmelman is going to be leaning way to the inside, trying to find some grip. We'll see here as we come to green one more time. That'll be lap 26, so it will be 4 laps to go when we take the green flag. And, of course, we're watching on iRacing Live, Race Spot TV, and DirtVision.com. It's Tim Ryan. He's got to hold him off just for one more show as he warms him off. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. He lets the 410 wing sprint car go. He goes to the outside line. Silverman, he gets the jump. Will he pull the slide job on Cameron Holla? It's hard to do on the outside line on turns 1 and 2, but no, he's not able to. And here comes the car of, I think that was Chase Briscoe, and we have had an incident. And I believe that's probably going to pull out a yellow, and we actually have
Cam Holla's upside down. Cam Holla, that was just a solo mistake. Yellow's going to fly, and that's probably going to end this one, but an aggressive move from Chase Briscoe, put a couple of cars in the wall, and then Cam Holla made a solo car mistake, put himself up on his lid. So aggressive driving there from that number 9 machine, pretty much drove right up the racetrack. Actually, that may have been a little bit on Bergeron coming down. 2 cars pretty much coming together, exiting quarter number 2.
Chase Briscoe in 1 restart. Let's see if we can take a look at that restart, because that was nuts. But either way, they were coming to the green here, and Briscoe, he managed to hook himself up so much to the inside, he slung it. And honestly, if I was Bergeron or the rest of them, I would not have anticipated it. I think Semmelman washed out, and Bergeron had to go to the inside because he had the speed. I don't think anybody saw that car, that number 9 car of Chase Briscoe coming.
I think the way Briscoe got that hooked up was actually fantastic, because Semmelman, he tried to get down to the bottom, but he carried way too much momentum and he just pushed up into the middle where there's actually no grip whatsoever. The 9 of Briscoe, he kind of held it up just a little bit on entry, but because of that, he was able to take that tighter line, where there's actually some good dirt down on the inside. I think the number 9 of Briscoe, he just drove that flat out better than Semmelman. I'd have to say that I'd say Semmelman's probably the one who caused that little checkup. He just split up the racetrack up into the faster traffic. Everyone had to check up. Bergeron tried to get around him, and that's where the 9 and Bergeron came together. So I think that was just a racing thing there. I don't think that's anyone being over aggressive. I think just 4 or 5 laps to go, everyone's going to make those moves.
Yeah, Semmelman's running around with damage, so he's got to sort that car out, because I'm pretty sure
Cam, we're getting a restart.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm pretty sure that we're going to get a green here, which means that Tim Ryan has the potential to lose this race on the very last lap here at Williams Grove. We're going to get a 1-lap shootout here on iRacing Live, RaceBot TV, and DirtVision.com. Thanks so very much for joining us for the first 29 laps, but we got to settle it on the very final lap. Indeed, Tim Ryan is probably going to hold them off as long as he can. Chase Briscoe, he is chomping at the bit. He's been mid-pack all day long. Bergeron wants to go the rest of the field now, trying to go. Bergeron going out of the inside. That allows Tim Ryan to get a go, but I'm pretty sure that Chase Briscoe might manage to get himself in a bit of trouble because the leader didn't take the green.
I think Briscoe might get a black flag here. Leads to see what happens, but he currently leads the field. Tim Ryan second, Bergeron in third. Bergeron goes to the bottom trying to fight with Ryan. This might be for the race win as Bergeron puts a move on Tim Ryan, and he's going to have the second spot. Oh. It'll be interesting to see if Briscoe gets DQ'd or not. He might take the win here, but that looked like rookie street stocks there on that restart. I'm not sure what that was, but driving standards maybe thrown a little bit out the window there, because Bergeron jumped the start, Briscoe jumped the start.
Everyone wanted to go.
We've criticized Tim Ryan in the past, but he didn't do anything wrong there. He didn't go, and the 2 cars around him just jumped. I think Chase Briscoe might get credit for the win here, but I don't think he earned it.
No, this is so weird. Well, I think that what happened is that perhaps Chase Briscoe went, as we're getting a replay of this restart. Briscoe, he basically went. And once he went, I think the rest of the field went, all right, let's rock and roll. So Alex Bergeron then started to go. And Tim Ryan, I think at some point, when Briscoe, he kind of came right down in front of Tim and took away any line that he had going. So unfortunately, Chase Briscoe's car was right where Tim Ryan's car was. I don't, honestly, for Bergeron, he's side by side, but if Chase Briscoe's car is not there, I think he would have had to restart. And they just dragged each other around through the start-finish line. And Bergeron ended up coming across the line in the second position there, and Tim Ryan ended up coming home in the third position. That is got to be the strangest finish I think we've seen. You know what? Every season, Randy, we've got to have some crazy thing happen where half the field gets a black flag at Volusia. This season, everybody went but the leader, and for some reason, it's going to hold. That is a weird day here at Williams Grove Speedway.
I don't know, everyone went but the leader, but the leader's the one who controls the restart. The leader controls the restart. So, like I said, I've criticized Tim Ryan in the past for some of his start shenaniganry. I don't think he did anything wrong here. I think Bergeron and Briscoe jumped the start. I think Tim Ryan got robbed of a chance to win this race, and I think Briscoe kind of cheated his way into one.
Yeah, I mean, he had that amazing restart on the inside where he jumped like 3 or 4 positions. That's not what we're talking about. It's this restart where the second position car pulled in front of the first position car and then took the green. So that's, not quite sure what to take of that. But you know what, though? The standings are just that, the standings. So let's go through them here in probably one of the oddest finishes we've seen here in the World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series here on iRacing. For round number 9, Williams Grove under the clouds. It was Chase Briscoe. He ended up coming away with the victory in a very controversial last lap restart in 12 minutes and 55 seconds. Alex Bergeron, he'll come home in the second position. Tim Ryan, pretty sure he should have had that wrapped up. Howard Weaver, he'll come home in 4th position. David Heileman will come home in 5th. Kevin Holly in 6th. Lewis Hewitt in 7th. Ryan Gorton in 8th. Chase Cabre in 9th. Austin Semmelman with that damaged suspension, he'll finish in the 10th position. Bob King in 11th, and this is the important one, Randy. Cameron Hollow will finish in the 12th position, but you know what? Without his teammates starting, I think that perhaps that allowed Tim Ryan to get bullied on that restart there, and that perhaps let this happen for Cameron Holla. He had that issue all on his own, unfortunately finishing back down in 12th position. Cole Cabre in 13th, Dylan Wagner in the 14th position, and I gotta say, I know I've said this like 3 times already. This is the strangest finish I can honestly say that we've had here at Williams Grove, but let's try and go through it.
Yeah, that was really weird. So many different things had to come into effect there. That was really awkward. But hopefully we can go on to next week and hopefully have a little bit cleaner race and not have it come down to a 1-lap restart where people feel they have to make those sort of moves on the on that final green.
Yeah, and I gotta say that is we don't normally see 14 cars here, and a couple of them went out early. But overall, I like to think that we had a really good green flag run. The VLR cars were really starting to close in on the ERT boys in the closing laps until those cautions and those restarts. And after that, I gotta say, is probably one of the strangest finishes we've had. And well, we've got Alex Bergeron. We'll get him in here, and we'll hopefully not have anything crazy happen. But let's get Bergeron in here. Let's see what we've got. Alex, probably we haven't had a last lap restart here at Williams Grove, and well, we did, and probably one of the strangest restarts we've had.
Yeah, I can tell that. Just kind of Tim just kind of went a little bit more on the start, and I thought he was going, and he didn't. But we'll say it's my fault on that part. But crazy finish, and well, second place tonight.
Yeah, and we had a really good green flag run in that middle section. The VLR cars, they really seem to be hooked up towards the end of that. You guys drove down onto the inside line and were managing to try to catch those ERT guys. Unfortunately, those cautions came out. But either way, just your car setups were planning on going to the inside at some point?
Oh yeah, like USA, we I mean, it's at the end of the run when it's slick in the middle, and there's probably nothing there's almost nothing on the top, and like I had the wall in turn 3, turn 4 here tonight, because there was nothing on the top, so that's when I decided to go alone with my teammate. Did work out pretty good, but those caution didn't work out in our favor, but it's racing, so we gotta deal with it.
And we're you're the points leader by a pretty hefty margin. And next week we're going to be going to Volusia Speedway Park for the final time in the Season 3 2017 season of the World of Outlaws as Craftsman Sprint Car Series. Volusia, well, I can say we normally have the crazy races there. Hopefully we've gotten that out of the way here at Williams Grove. Looking forward to Volusia?
We'll see. We never know, but hopefully it's gonna go well, and we'll keep the momentum into the championship. So we'll try to gain the championship this year, or this season, I should say. And well, we'll see how it goes, but looking forward though.
All right. Anybody like to give a quick shout out before we let you go?
Oh yeah, thanks all my sponsor Team VLR for the team, and you go check out them at teamvlr.com for league races, modified, sprint car, and late models. So look them out, and thank you guys for broadcasting this every week. It's a pleasure to see this on YouTube. So thank you guys.
Well, thank you for joining us, and good luck at Volusia. We'll see you in 1 week's time down in Barberville.
Thank you.
Brandy, this I can say that we've had like last second passes for the win, last lap passes for the win here at Williams Grove, but not like this.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. This series just keeps throwing curveballs. It's just sort of you get the incident that happened at Volusia, and then we'll have a long green flag race, and then we'll have people like throw half-efforted sliders that they think they were there and they weren't, and then we'll have another clean race, and then we'll have this happen, and then people are like, "Well, Tim Ryan brake checked the field, even though that didn't happen." I don't know.
I didn't see that.
This series just throws so many curveballs, and it's just so weird, and that's just going to carry on next week going into Volusia.
That's why you gotta watch every week, because something crazy is gonna happen, and we get to watch it all here on RaceBot TV, and it's been good fun so far. We've got 3 races left to go, and Hugo, I think we'll start the music up as we'll say our goodbyes here from Williams Grove. But either way, we've got 3 rounds left, And who knows what on earth we could come up with next. It's going to be Volusia next week, and that should be a good one. Of course, we're going to be going to the Big E after that, and then we're finishing under the lights at USA International Speedway. So we hope that you follow along with us here on iRacing Live, RaceSpot TV, DirtVision.com. Of course, this has been a RaceSpot TV production with Hugo Louis and myself, Cameron Walsh, Randy Chenoweth on the commentary. So thanks so very much for making us part of your day. We hope you have a good one. Have a good rest of your week, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and we will see you in 1 week's time for 25 laps under the lights at Volusia Speedway Park. So long.